What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist coming back at you with more lore on Warhammer 40k. Today will be a custom chapter extravaganza. Basically, I am covering two custom chapters from you guys, the subscribers, the viewers, the awesome people of the Imperium. So without further ado, let's get on to this custom 40k lore. We'll begin with the Knights of Luna Space Marines chapter. During the Great Crusade on the mining world of Kaon 12, a great battle was fought for the planet by the 16th Legion of Astartes, also known as the Luna Wolves. After the planet was taken by Horus, he left a contingent of 100 Space Marines to guard and maintain order on the planet. These Marines were stationed there right up until the Horus Heresy. When the Marines received word that Horus had turned on the Emperor, they felt betrayed by their Primarch. These Marines were able to avoid the Isstvan III massacre because Horus had forgotten that he had stationed them so long ago. The captain of these Marines was by the name of Garrett. He ordered them to repaint their armor from the Sons of Horus to their original Legion colors of the Luna Wolves. After Captain Ferrum contacted the Ultramarines to come and get them, they were brought before Robut Guilliman, where they swore loyalty to the Emperor. However, they refused to change their armor color or badges to that of the Ultramarines because they felt that it would show a great defiance against Horus and the traitors. After Horus's defeat at the hands of the Emperor, the Marines, now calling themselves the Last 100, participated in many battles, almost acting as insurgents, attacking weak points and supply lines of the traitor legions. Once the traitors had been pushed back to the Eye of Terror, they returned with the Ultramarines back to Macragge, where Guilliman revealed the Codex Astartes. However, they were not fully accepting of the Codex. Though they did agree that the Legion should be split, they did not agree with the limit of Marines of the chapters were to have. Captain Ferrum thought that having only 1,000 Marines would be too small to be an effective fighting force. However, they agreed. For their efforts during the war to push the traitors back to the Eye, Guilliman gave the Last 100 a battle barge for them to use as their chapter base. For the first few years, the Marines refused to change their name. They felt that it was their choice and that they should not be judged for it. Eventually they did, but this was only done when Rogel Dorn came and told the chapter master, Garrett Ferrum, that if he did not change his chapter's name, they would be hunted by the Inquisition, as well as other Space Marine chapters. Garrett, not wanting to put his fellow Marines at risk or being destroyed, he agreed. The next day, Garrett assembled all of his captains to a meeting to discuss what the chapter's new name and colors should be. The debate went on and on for a month before a final decision was made. Once it was made, Chapter Master Ferrum ordered all of his Marines to the main hall. Once every Marine in the chapter had arrived, Ferrum stepped out along with all of the painted in gray and red armor, and on their shoulder pads was a black shield and a white crescent moon painted upon it. With a great speech, Chapter Master Garrett proclaimed that from that day they would be known as the Knights of Luna. In the years following the chapter's name change, the Knights of Luna have gone on to win many battles against the chaotic legions. They have also begun to work outside of the Codex. The chapter has a total of 1,500 Marines. This is so that they can maintain a reserve on their homeworld and a force that is largely stationed on the fleet. The chapter of Luna recruits from their homeworld of Luna Prime, where they send out Marine recruitment squads to round up recruits from the planet, mines, and wastes. These recruits are then put through training and trained to be loyal and follow the orders from their sergeants and captains. The other way is by orphanage, that is located almost within the walls of the chapter's fortress. This orphanage is where the Marines bring children that they find abandoned from their conquest and from their own homeworld. This was started by the current chapter master by the name of Dagger Lupus, because he felt that these children would need a purpose in their life. In the beginning, the chapter would use it as a means of finding new recruits if a boy was found to be of perfect recruitment stature. However, the Knights of Luna have a secret that very few outside their chapter know about, and that is that their chapter secretly searches for their Primarch's soul. The reason why they do this is because they wish for Horus to redeem himself and restore the chapter back to the original name of the Luna Wolves, and lead them on a crusade to purge all of the Black Legion Chaos Marines. And that is currently all the information we have on the Knights of Luna. Now, I don't know if the creator wants to be known, so for now I will leave it at that. Again, if you do want to be known, just let me know and I will credit you, but for now, it is what it is. So please help him out, guys. Let him know how he can improve his chapter. Let him know what you guys think about it. In my opinion, it's okay. The last part where you mentioned that they're looking for Horus's soul, when the Emperor killed him, he literally killed his soul, so to speak. Like, he wiped him from existence so that there would be no way that Horus could come back and that Chaos could use him once again for their ruinous schemes and whatnot. So you may have to change that one. But other than that, I love the colors, I like the insignia, and keep on working on it, guys. Now, here is the next custom chapter. The Crimson Wolves is a Chaos faction, part of the Space Wolves Legion. Their emblem is a wolf head extending into a Chaos star. They thought that the attack on Prospero was wrong, and they went rogue for a few years. They eventually joined up with Chaos. They follow all four gods, but mostly Slaanesh. The shoulder pads were kept with the Space Wolves' main color to represent their original chapter. They claimed Valmore as their planet. They will use all sorts of tactics when fighting, but they usually prefer charging the enemy. Sometimes they salvage enemy vehicles and weapons and use it against them. Their leader, Eric Mork, mostly commands from the Desolator class flagship, the Otto Freki. The Crimson Wolves were originally part of the Great 13th Company. They joined the Thousand Sons on the assault of the Fenris system. During their years as renegades, the Crimson Wolves hit various places controlled by the Loyalists and the traitors in an attempt to loot and bring more to join them. When the Crimson Wolves left the Imperium, they stripped their armor of any allegiance to the Imperium, and they repainted their armor. They did not officially change their paint style to the complete red and Varangian gray until the heresy was over, although some of the elite wolves from the heresy kept their style the way it was during the heresy. During the fall of Batzel III, after the Space Wolves fought off the Emperor's children, the Crimson Wolves and the Space Wolves engaged in combat. The Crimson Wolves' anger towards their brothers filled them and kept them strong against their former battle brothers. Near the end of the 31st millennia, the Crimson Wolves encountered a fleet of the Sons of Horus. The battle went on for 136 hours before Horus decided to make a deal with the Wolves. They would join his cause, and he would give them the power to destroy the Space Wolves. They took this offer, and they joined sides with the War Master. Throughout the rest of the heresy, the Crimson Wolves took part in battles alongside the Sons of Horus. When the time to attack Terra came, the Wolves joined in the fight, taking heavy damage. When news of Horus's fall spread, the Wolves followed into the Eye of Terror, with few of their ships left intact. For the next 20 years after the heresy, the Wolves would strike out at Imperial planets, looting what they could and recruiting more as they went along on their crusade. It wasn't until near the end of the 31st millennium that the Crimson Fists stopped them and pushed them back to the Eye. In the fight against the Crimson Fists, the Crimson Wolves lost 1/5 of what they gained in their attacks. The Crimson Wolves were not seen again until the First Black Crusade. The Crimson Wolves took part in every Black Crusade except the 5th and the 7th. The Wolves had gone against War Master Abaddon's rule multiple times to try and claim the title of War Master for themselves. They are feared and respected by other warbands within the Eye of Terror for their ferocity and bravery. The first company of the Crimson Wolves are made of elite Marines that call themselves the Dreadfangs. Many of these Space Marines are from when the Horus Heresy occurred. The fourth company of the Crimson Wolves welcome their inner beast, allowing themselves to become wolfen. Their war cry is, "We welcome death with open arms." And that is all the custom lore we bring to you guys today. Again, let these creators know how they can improve on their craft. Be kind, yet be critical, because we want them to give us the most epic of storylines they can, so that we can improve the Warhammer 40k lore. Now, if you guys want to send me your own personal lore, whether it be Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Tau, Tyranids, whatever, the easiest way is probably to contact us through our Facebook page. Simply just message us your lore and we'll get on it. Thanks again, guys, for being awesome. Thank you for sending in all this terrific lore. And that's all I've got for you guys today. As always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.